Hi there, welcome to my Minecraft tutorial. This is episode number 1 in my How to Survive and Thrive series. In this video I'm going to show you how to survive your first night in Minecraft single player survival mode. That's where bad things come out of the dark and try to turn you into a midnight snack. So if you wish to live, go ahead and start Minecraft and follow along. The first thing we need to do is generate a new world for us to play in, so go ahead and click on single player and then create new world. And give your world a name. I'm going to call mine Tutorial World 2, since this is Season 2 of my How to Survive and Thrive, which originally was for Alpha and Beta. But now that the retail is out, I'm redoing everything. Now, so go ahead and choose Survival Mode. If you wish to get super daring, go ahead and click on that and do Hardcore. Now, if you do so and you die in the game, your map will be deleted completely. Poof, gone. So I don't recommend that for beginners. There's also creative mode where you get to fly around and build, but nothing can hurt you. So where's the fun in that? Let's go to survival. Don't worry about more world options and get ready. So 3, 2, 1, create new world. Here we go. Minecraft goes to work generating your big sandbox to play in, aka Funbox. Oh, hello there too. We have cows, and here we are. We're in our little world, and this looks like it's a good little spot. So we have stone, we have a little and oh, crunch, that had to hurt. All right, let's get started because we don't have much time. Now, when you first spawn in, you should be facing the east, and that's where the sun is rising. One of the first considerations in Minecraft, at least on the first day, is time management, because we don't have a lot of it. As you can see, the sun is slowly rising and eventually it's going to reach its peak, and that'll be midday, and then it will start to fall, and it will fall in the west, by the way. And when it does fall, that's when darkness will descend, and suddenly all around little monsters are going to start popping up in the night, and they'll hunt you down and try to nibble on your bones. So what we need to do is find a secure shelter, get inside, light it up, and make it through the night. Of course, if you want to run around out here with your like a chicken with your head chopped off like I did the first time, feel free. I'm not going to do that, and I have an audience. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is walk up to a tree and gather some wood. So now everything in the game is made up of blocks, as you can see here. This tree, you can see the lines here. There's 3 chunks of wood right there. We're going to just punch this tree and grab some of this wood. So walk right up to it, put your mouse cursor on it, and hold down your left mouse button. Just hold it down and you will punch out and eventually take that block, and it'll pop right off and conveniently hop into your inventory, or in your hand actually. Don't mind the pushy domesticated farm animals, and just grab about 5, 6, 7, 8ish. 6 will be enough to accomplish our get through the first night, but I like to do a little crafting when I'm in my shelter for the night. So now that I have 6 blocks, let's take a look at some of the inventory here. The screen. So down on the bottom here, you can see I have this little hotbar, and if you use your mouse wheel, you can scroll through each cell. So here's my hand. It's just it's one hand. I'm only one-handed, and I have no fingers, but if you hit your left mouse button, you lash out with that. This is the blocks of wood that I just chopped off the tree, and if you press E, you will bring up your inventory screen, and here you'll have your avatar. You have a little crafting area here where we can make some things, and we're going to do that in a moment. This is the output of the crafting. Here's the hotbar again, which is represented down here, and all this extra space in your backpack. Okay, we're running out of time, so let's get started. What we need to do first is get away from these creepy animals. I'm going to climb up here atop this mighty hill, and I will do a little crafting. Alright, so let's take our wooden blocks. Open up your inventory. And that's, again, press E on your keyboard, and you will see the wooden blocks here, and left click on those, and it attaches to your mouse, all 6 in that stack. So now we want to go here to the crafting area, and we want to break these logs down into more usable resources called wooden planks. And to do that, we just right click over there, and that'll drop 1 wooden chunk of block wood rather in your crafting area, and then over here you'll see that it can be converted into wooden planks. 4 wooden planks. So every block that you put in here converts to 4 wooden planks, so it's a pretty decent yield. Now if you want, just drop the whole stack right in there, and you can just keep clicking this multiple times and convert them all down into wooden planks. There really isn't much we can do with the wooden tree trunk that we can't do with the planks. So let's head down here, and in fact let's grab one more tree trunk because we may need this to make charcoal. Alright, just one. That's all I need, just one. So now that we have our wooden planks, we want to go off and try to find some charcoal. And I'll show, oh, there we go. There's some. Hello. Now I just picked up a few saplings, and we can use these later for growing more trees. That there is iron. We can't get that right now, but that will come in handy later. The world of Minecraft is just filled with all sorts of resources and goodies, and once your exploration begins, after the first night of course, you will be amazed at all the cool stuff you can find. But this is really what we're after. Oh, hello. That, my friends, is a monster. There's one down there. Sounds like a zombie. Now, just because it's daylight doesn't mean that the monsters don't spawn in darkness. As you can see, we have a very dark cave here. And within that cave is a bunch of monsters that would like nothing more than to, well, turn me into their dinner. But we don't want to do that. So here we have coal, and it's this black dots, as you can see, right in the side of this stone. And we need to get that. So let's go ahead and take our wooden planks, open up our inventory, and we're going to make a workbench, or rather a crafting table. In the old days, this was called a workbench. It is now a crafting table. So if you arrange 4 planks like so, fill up all 4 squares, the output is a crafting table. Don't mind the monsters in the background. They can't get me here, I don't think. And now what we want to do is make a tool to mine this. Now I could use my hand, and it will break that block eventually, but I won't get any yield from it. So we want to get that coal. So let's walk up to the bench here. And by the way, I placed that kind of fast. Let me take this back. So once you have your workbench, you just put it in your hand, point to any place on the ground, and right click, and it will be placed and attached to the ground. Now we can use this crafting table. Merely walk up to it, right click, and as you can see, we have this whole new crafting area here, and this gives us a lot more opportunities to make more things, bigger things, and this is what we're going to do right now. So let's take our wooden planks, so go ahead and click on those, and put one wooden plank down with a right click, and another wooden plank above it with a right click. So now you've got 2 stacks, well, one wooden plank here, one wooden plank here, stacked on top of each other, and that makes 4 sticks. Now we're going to need more than 4, so we can put a whole bunch in there. Do 2 and 2, and just keep clicking, and I think that's good. 12 sticks and 14 wooden planks. So let's go ahead and make our first tool. And to do that, we need 2 sticks. This is the handle. We're going to make a wooden pickaxe. And then wooden blocks across the top, and that makes a wooden pickaxe. So you kind of sort of shape it like the real world item. Kind of sort of. So this is the handle, this is the head of the pickaxe, and here's the finished item. Click on that, take it out, and put it in your hotbar. And again, we can switch back and forth between the stuff. And put it in your hand and walk over to your coal. And just left click and hold it down, and the coal will pop out. And once again, hop at you, land in your inventory or your hand, your hotbar. I'm going to go ahead and collect as much as I can here. Now, typically, if you find one piece of coal, there's likely to be a lot more in a vein. Okay, I think that's good enough for this demonstration. And what we're going to do now is use this coal and turn it into torches so we can light up these dark places. Now we do want to check on our time, so let's head on out of here. And there's the sun, and as you can see, it is now sinking. So it will be dark shortly. We need to get moving. So now let's go back to our crafting table. You don't actually need the crafting table for this, but since it's so close, let's do it. And we're going to make a couple of torches. So a stick, and it can be anywhere. It can be here, here, here. As long as you have a stick and the coal up above it, 1 stick, 1 piece of coal makes 4 torches. But I want more than that. So let's make 12 torches. I'll preserve the rest for later. And now what we want to do, now that we have torches, we can light up some of these dark places. If you're feeling adventurous and you have a cave, go check it out. But Well, it's the first night, and I'm trying to show you how to survive. It would be reckless of me to go down in that cave. I have a difficult time not going into caves. So let's head in here. Let's make our shelter right here. We're going to call this hidey hole number 1. This is our first shelter. I like to call them hidey holes. And we're just going to dig right in with our pickaxe. You use pick for stone and mining. You use a shovel for digging in sand and gravel. Axes for chopping trees. And I'll show you how to make those momentarily. Now let's put a torch up here to light this up. Now monsters won't spawn this close to me. Even if this were dark and I were standing here all night, they wouldn't spawn that close. But still, I like to light up my entire hidey hole. Alright, now as you can see, my wooden pickaxe here has a green bar beneath it. That's the health of this item. And the more I use it, the faster it degrades. Or the more it will degrade. So as you can see, it's slowly degrading. The bar is sinking. It's decreasing. And that's because it is wooden tools are not the best. In fact, wood tools are the lowest grade of tools, and eventually you'll find better resources to make better tools, more enhanced tools. So in fact, let's do that right now. Let's take our cobble and we can make a stone pickaxe, which will work a little faster and last a little longer. We're also going to make, let's make a shovel. That's a shovel. And that's good enough for now. Now let's take our crafting table and head down into our hidey hole. As you can see, it is now getting dark and monsters will start popping up all over the place, even on the surface over here, because it's going to be dark enough for them to do so. Let's grab this and bring it inside with us. You can use any tool for this or even your hand. And this will be our first hidey hole. And I like to dig in a few blocks and then turn a corner, and this is where I'll be doing my crafting for the night, as long as I have enough stuff here, and I think I do. Let's move our cobblestone down here into our hand, and we're going to block this off. I hear something coming already. Probably just an animal. Okay. Just keep telling yourself that. Now, in order to block yourself off, to secure yourself, you want to cover the door simply by placing blocks like so. And if you like to leave one hole like I do, then make sure it's only a 1 block square. Because if you do it this way, spiders can sneak in there. And if you have it open like this, zombies and skeletons and creepers can walk right in. So make sure you have a 1 little block window if you prefer to have a window. So now that I'm safe and sound in my little hidey hole, I'm going to go ahead and use this time wisely and get prepared for the next day. When the sun comes up, I'm going to head back out and do some more exploring and hunting and so forth. But while I'm here, I might as well grab this coal. Now if that happens, you can just build, as you're here, just like that, build up a wall, and you've got your safe little hiding spot. Now while I'm here, again, I'm going to use this time to make more tools. So this is a good time to start digging and mining stone and getting better materials. And I'm also going to make a sword. So let's make a weapon. This is the handle, 1 stick, and then 2 cobble arranged like so will give you a sword. And I can use this to fight in case something decides to try to come around here and cause trouble. But again, I could just sit right in here until the sun comes up and not worry about a darn thing. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So in the morning, what I'm going to do is bust out of here. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to collect some food. And I'll do that in episode number 2, which will be food and cooking and managing the hunger bar. So if you look down there next to my hearts, to the right of the hearts are little food pops. That's my hunger bar. Right now I'm full and there's nothing to worry about, but tomorrow I'm going to be hungry. So if you've enjoyed this episode, How to Survive Your First Night, you may want to watch episode number 2, which will be up shortly. It may already be up now. And that will be food, hunger, and cooking. And here comes a skeleton. Now be careful, skeletons can shoot. So if you have a window, make sure you can get away from the window. So there you have it, folks. How to Survive Your First Night. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did so, I would appreciate a like, a little thumbs up, and it shows me that you care and you enjoyed. And well, hope to see you in episode number 2. So long. Have a good day.